want y'all to know Lyric did not go live the first time.
Do you have to tell everybody everything?
Yeah. It's actually there's something wrong with me. Um
Many are saying this. Um,
yeah, they fucking are.
Many are saying this.
Um Guys, gals, and binary pals, welcome back to the Dynamite Diaries. Um oh, where do we start? There's been a lot.
It's been a week. The government shut down.
Yes.
Who watched that Cardi B Nicki Minaj beef?
See, let's start there. Okay, so I I have a job, so I have only seen like the basics, right? Um, Nikki, we've been saying this for years,
Yeah.
right? Get help. Like truly, truly. Like the Megan thing should have been a big indicator to everybody. This girl is unwell,
Mhm.
right? She is full of jealousy and hatred for anybody that might be threatening her top spot. But in reality, you ain't put out nothing in a long time that's top spot worthy.
No.
Um, I don't, I really don't get it. And look, Nikki took it there and Cardi took it to hell. And like, it's hard because like, Nikki straight up got on the internet and called Cardi's child ugly. I feel like that at that point, anything is fair game.
Here's the thing, guys. I wish that I was saved and sanctified to the point to where I wouldn't take the bait. But
Well,
unfortunately, um, I'm not there yet. If you go there first,
I'm gonna meet you right there, baby. I'm gonna meet you right there. You gonna be looking down. Say, how Danielle get all the way down there? I'll find a way.
bro, Cardi said that's why your son's favorite color is 5. I said, oh,
And the problem with Cardi too, right, is like everybody that tries to be for Cardi, and I'm not sitting up here being a Cardi stan or anything like that.
not at all.
We are not Barb's, and we are not in the
Barty gang.
Barty gang. We're not in the. I follow the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and that's it. Sometimes, but my bigger point was Cardi, right? Like Cardi is too self-aware for rap beefs. Like for all her flaws, she does know what's wrong with her. She does. So the more people try to point it out and like put spotlight on it, she's like, I actually already said that. Like I already know all of that. Um Nikki lacks all of that tenfold. And also, mind you, right, the funniest part about this whole thing to me, a lot of it's very serious, and a lot of these people need true help. Log off. But the funniest part to me is all of the side characters. Because Nikki and Cardi throwing the craziest haymakers in the world. Here come JT. Oh, and another thing, bitch.
She said, bro, JT said, if I was number one, you want to know something? Well, you never get it. You'll
And if
never.
my grandmother had wheels, she would have been a bike. That is not the world that we live in.
Good luck booking that stage you
Did she
speak
speak
of.
of? We
JT,
don't live in that world.
you
And
did
then
a tour full of nightclubs and House of Blues, and you still couldn't sell that out. You're talking to somebody whose arena tour dates already sold out.
and like right, like JT calling Cardi a fraud when she herself went to prison for fraud.
At least
Girl, that's too easy.
at least 6 times.
At least 6 times. That's too easy. And then all of a sudden you got Santana involved, and it's like, whoa, okay.
Were you
But
on the space? Did you listen to the space?
I didn't listen to Space,
I
but
did.
I've heard the highlights.
I did listen to the space.
But I saw someone that was like, Santana and JT makes more sense as a beef, like billboard accordingly. Like
Y'all are on each other's level.
you guys are peers. You're peers.
Definitely peers.
But then yeah, we got all these side characters. So it's Santana and JT involved. Bia still begging for somebody. She's begging for somebody to tap her in. Please, please, let me grab that tag rope. No, no, Bianca, you cannot have it. And look, Cardi might tell you a joke, but she very rarely will tell you a lie. Because when she said, name 5 Bia songs, gun pointed to your head, first time I heard that, I was like, whole lot of money. Whole Lot of Money remix.
Mhm.
Girl,
And London, that's it. I know the
I don't
London.
even know that one.
That's it.
Bia. That's all I got for you.
I
And
didn't
sweetie, you're not safe either. You're
you're
still
not.
in
You're
first.
not.
You're in
You're
this.
not either.
You're in this somewhere. But I just want to thank, honestly, God, that Megan is removed from this.
And,
She out there with her man, with her athletes,
and
with
her pumpkin on her head.
a pumpkin on her head. Yes, you deserve that, Madam Stallion. You enjoy that. The rest of these girls, I don't know. Ice is involved in this still. You know, it just seemed like, but you know what it is, right? When was the last time that you was checking for any of these people outside of Nicki Minaj? When was the last time? Can you
I
name
think
5
that's,
UT songs?
but you know what? I think that's the point of even like
Exactly.
Cardi being able. Cardi waited 7 years to drop an album, and the second that she does, she really is who she thinks she is. I'm sorry. All of you are trying to boost your own sales. Did y'all
By
see
being
in the
involved in
middle
this.
in the
Exactly.
middle of this Coke rant that Nicki Minaj is on, she's telling her fans, please run up my songs. Run up my songs. Listen to them on Spotify. Because guess what? You bitches aren't getting
Do
streams.
not come.
And I'm gonna say this last thing about you, Miss Nicki Minaj. You think you're real slick. You did a lot of mentioning. You trying to mention Beyonce name. This is not what you want. That is not your peer. You are not peers. None. You are not peers. Keep it real cute. Um, you you go argue with Sexy Red or somebody like that.
Do not.
You got a little too
Do
comfortable.
not approach. Do not think about. Do not begin to type out a subtweet. She is not your peer. She is nobody's peer.
No,
Don't you punching above your weight class, girl.
nobody alive. I'll tell
You
you
stay there right there. Agreed. You stay right there. You stay right there. You stay in that house. Um, you worry about never mind. I mean, everything I was gonna say, Cardi done already said.
Cardi said, "Somebody please go play with that baby. Why can't you just go to Chuck E. Cheese?" Everybody said, "Well, actually,
Well, actually, Cardi said drop the Addy. They said, well, actually, on the offender list, you have to.
no, for real." B Legion said something. That B Legion account never,
Yeah, that's not. That's
ever,
not.
ever
You don't want anything to do with that, Onika. Nothing.
no. This was crazy though. I will say, the black community might be cooked. I said, "Whoa." After Asada Shakur dies, this is what we do? Is this who we are? No, 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 no,
Pop
no,
my butt. Pop my
all
butt.
I could hear about him was Ayana. No, no, Connie, Nikki, read that to Harriet Tubman. Read that to her.
You know what? Pop my butt meant to Harriet Tubman.
Him in a whap. Do you know what Rosa wanted?
A seat on a damn bus. Oh God.
I said, whoa. I said, what? None of these words are in the
Oh my God.
no.
Some of them. A couple. Maybe in a different context.
I think, and also too, what I hate is that y'all be arguing, and this applies to Cardi too, and JT, all of you. Y'all be arguing about whose man is worse. You hear me? Your man's a pedophile. Your man's a cheater. Your man's this. Your man's
Pause.
don't get me wrong, one of these is
One of
very much worse than the other.
worse. Definitely worse.
One of these is definitely worse than the other. But
However, what the hell kind of competition is that? What the hell? And if these are the men that you say yes to, who the hell did you reject? Because like what the fuck? This is the bar? This is the bar? Yeah, well, your man did this and your man was out here doing this with this person, whatever. Ladies, leave your man at home.
I'll also, that's another good point. y'all, I'm not gonna hold your hands while I say this because I think this should be harsh. Y'all got to stop resorting to homophobia when you don't get your way.
100%.
Like female rap, as we've learned, um, is built on queer people, particularly queer men's backs. Please stop acting crazy. That those are the men you attract, and those are also the core tenets of your fan base. Be cool.
And not that point, but the point before, I agreed, leads me to the theme of today's Dynamite Diaries, which is well, guys, I don't know. I don't know if you guys know. It's October 1st, and that means it's spooky season. Also has a whole different meaning on my favorite website, Archive of Our Own. Um,
Penny, you're gonna tell them the secret.
can I tell you? I have a tweet that I've been sitting on that I think is so fucking funny. I logged off Twitter for a while because of the thing I did, and I was nervy. But
We're gonna
um,
talk about that, by the way, but continue.
we might. But I have a tweet that I'm sitting on, and I might share it with the class here. But when I tweet it later, you guys still have to go like it, right? I
Yes.
wanted to tweet, wow, Tony Khan really got that Booker of the Year on lock. October is just a flex. Hashtag Locktober. But I didn't know if people would get it. Or if that would be funny to anyone but me. Um AEW Booker, AEW promotion of the year. They got it on lock. They locking it up this October. Hashtag Locktober. You guys don't like that? Um Made me laugh. And I tweet for an audience of one. Well, two, and me and my other account. That's it.
And Jack Perry, clearly,
Yeah, he knows.
he's one of us. Shout out to that. Shout out to Haley for that
Yes, for
fantastic,
real.
riveting interview.
Thought I was an AO3 girly, but that's a new term to me. So I'll explain it. So the internet is public and permanent. Why did I just become on here? So, right, Archive of Our Own in the month of October takes on a different meaning and a little bit more of a directly sexual meaning. Oh my god, if this is your first time watching the Dynamite Diaries, All Elite Wrestling had a show tonight called Dynamite.
No, 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 you gotta finish now.
Listen,
This is a deeply educational platform, for better or for worse.
okay, yeah. Everything that you're gonna see in the month of October is just absolutely between you and God when you meet him, because it's bad. It is bad. So Locktober, the concept is pretty simple. The concept is you have one one individual, sometimes more than one, an
We don't
individual,
judge.
an entity, who will choose to I'm trying so hard because Jalen clipped me for the first time last week and now I'm scared. Um they lock it up, right? Whatever's down there, you lock it up. And you don't see it, you don't wish it, dream it, do it. Essentially,
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
like No Not November, but like written out in like the most graphic way you could possibly imagine. Um Anyways, AEW had a show tonight called Dynamite. Hashtag AEW Dynamite.
I
Yeah.
love this show, man.
Someone said they just popped in and heard that. Well, you know what, guys? We can't promise you a lot, but we can promise you that every week on the Dynamite Diaries will be different. And every week on the Dynamite Diaries, you're gonna hear something that a bald white man could never expose you to.
Never. Um, wow. Anyway, AEW had a show tonight.
Wait,
What?
nope, not yet. I said that the theme was going to be um,
Oh,
like puppy love. Well, not like that, but like childhood sweethearts, high school crushes, first kiss. I think I've shared my first kiss story on here, so I'm gonna let Lyric go first.
um,
Your first good one, or your first one that you want to share. It doesn't matter.
you know what's crazy? Honestly, in hindsight, I don't think I've had a lot of great ones.
Really, honestly,
The first good one was my freshman year of college, honestly. Like the first super memorable one was like no, I have one that's super memorable, but it wasn't great. Okay, so I was on marching band,
oh,
and
what a way to start.
every year we went. I was on a really good marching
Not
band.
band camp.
No, 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 it wasn't band camp. That this happened. I was on a really good marching band, so we went to nationals. And so part of nationals is in Atlanta, and like I never grew up like being able to travel much, so a bus ride to Atlanta and an overnight trip was a huge deal. And so we stayed at the Marriott Marquis Hotel,
Ooh.
which is super tall, right? And I was like, we're broke, and there's not much to do, so like we just killing time meeting other schools who are in the in the hotel because everybody in nationals is
Hey, they
staying in
cooking
the
you.
same.
They saying you describing band camp, Lyric.
Okay, whatever. Well, it's band nationals, okay? But mind your business. Um, and so we meet in all these other schools that are there because everybody's staying in the hotel, same hotel, and there's a lot of elevators. So for fun, we just ride elevators like to different floors and stuff. And there was one like if you go past a certain level, you go past the skyline, so your ears pop. And we ain't never been nowhere before, so whatever. And there was this boy that I had kind of been talking to. He was a tuba. I was a mellophone, and
Okay.
you rarely get a, you rarely get a moment.
Forbidden love.
You rarely get a moment alone. And as band kids, so we took one elevator together,
Instrumental marriage.
and we went to a different. We went to a floor on our own, and I remember he kissed me, and it was so wet and like so sloppy, and like there was so much tongue. Like it was just like, and I don't mind tongue. It was just a lot of it. It was just really, really sloppy. Like I still remember what his saliva tastes like. And I kid you not, the thing was the elevators were glass. So some of our bandmates at the time, I guess they were riding
You
past the
sick
floor,
freaks.
so they saw it. And I thought this was a secret. And that I don't know, nobody ever had to find out about it.
It
But
was not a
there
secret.
was at least 6 people
It was
who saw
wild.
it. And if one thing happened to you in the band, everybody's gonna know about it within 30 minutes.
You know you have 30 minutes?
And so we're coming back later in that trip. I'm talking shit about him on Kick, but I accidentally not the incel Kick, KIK from back in the day, and I'm talking shit about it, but I accidentally sent it to him instead of the group,
Lyric!
and he's 2 rows ahead of me on the bus, and he turns around and he looks me dead in my face and says, "Really?" And I am mortified.
Really, it's crazy. But why would you do that?
'Cause
You talking shit about somebody on the same bus is crazy.
he was trying to.
Knowing, well, I guess you didn't know, but people watched y'all kiss. So you were talking about the people who had just seen you kiss this person.
I wasn't talking shit about the kiss itself. I was talking
That's
shit
worse.
about, okay. I was talking shit about him because I
That's
felt like
worse.
he was
Because
trying to
had the message just been
listen,
like, oh, he
listen.
wasn't a good
Okay,
kisser, you were like,
listen.
I hate this human being.
Pause. I felt like he was trying to play me, and he was. But here's the thing.
We'll never know because you.
Anyway, listen. If you knew what I know now about him, you know I was right.
Hey, I support women's rights and wrongs. Regardless, I was gonna tell you he was right.
I'm not trying to say that I'm just the shit or anything. Back in
But it
the
keeps
day,
getting
no,
worse.
no, 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 no. But back in the day when we were in high school, how'd I say it? There was always a certain type of girl that joined the band. When I joined the band, because I didn't start my freshman year, I started sophomore year. I was like super active in like a million other organizations. I was at the top of my class. So there's only like two of us that aren't like stereotypical band kids, girl wise, that aren't dancers. And so I guess he was like band famous. And so like I felt like he tried to like prey on me a bit because he was an upperclassman, he was older than me. But I think I quickly realized, like, I don't need this. Like, I don't need like you talk
Odd.
you're talking like two or three other three girls on the band, but I don't know them as well, so I didn't know that at the time. I
Lame.
didn't because I was new to the band. I didn't know everybody
Yeah. How
much,
they was moving.
and they were all super rude to me when I first joined the band because like they're really cliquey. Like if you don't start like as a freshman with them, and some of them even joined in like middle school, so like I'm out the loop and like people looking at me crazy. Absolutely not. You're not even that cute. Um, I
It's
think
always it's always the charity work.
I was just really happy to be out the house for a while because I was like, to be out like literally out of town. Like I think that, slight rebellion.
Just got y'all excited.
Slight rebellion. Um
Um,
oh, that was the
my
worst. People was having full on threesomes on the band. Like life was crazy. That's such a tame story. I only have really tame.
whoa, whoa.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Like
I mean, I don't I went to Catholic school, um,
oh,
in
I
high
went to
school.
98% black public school.
Okay, so I went from a public school my whole life to a Catholic high school, and boy, oh boy, was that a culture shock. And I like, and y'all, hey, I don't know if y'all know these those private school kids get down different. Um, but I didn't honestly, guys, to pull back the curtain a little bit. Well, I kind of already fucking did this week. What was I in high school? I was locked in, right? What was I in high school? Trying to get to college. I didn't
Amen.
have any time for anything else, and I wasn't interested. And I was a little bit probably just generally like off-putting, which I'm sure all of you can find this incredibly believable. I was a little bit off-putting, and yeah, so I honestly did not really date in high school. I had one really awkward date that was like wasn't a date, and it was the most like early 2000s, even though it was 2019. It was most like early 2000s like thing ever. Like he came and he like, you know, like rang my doorbell, like shook my dad's hand, and we went and got ice cream, and we just like literally just like looked at each other, and he was like too nervous to do anything, and I was like, is this a date? Like I don't even know. Anyway, so that was my first like little date, and that was in high school. I didn't have my first real kiss until college, until my I know, crazy the way that I talk now, but until college, until my I was gonna say sophomore year, but I my second year of college, um, and maybe the end of my first year. And I think I've told this story before, but for anybody that's new, here's my whole life story. So I met this guy on Bumble or Hinge, and I have to be careful because he still follows me on everything because it didn't end badly, and he watches the Dynamite Diaries in
Hi.
support. I almost name dropped. He watches to support sometimes. Like we are not enemies. This is not one of my exes. This is just like a guy. I hope he doesn't take offense to that. Anyway, he we met on like a dating app, and we went on a couple of dates, and I remember like on like the third date, and like they went well. It was cute, but he didn't try anything until like the third date, and I was like, okay, I don't know if he's giving like a friend vibe or like whatever. And so essentially I just looked at him, I was like, so are you ever gonna like try to kiss me, or is that like not what we're planning on doing here? And he to his credit, he was pretty witty. He was like, oh my gosh, do you take me for a fast girl? Do you think that I'm a slut? And I was like, oh, okay, that's funny. And then he kissed me in his car, and it was like fine. I like didn't know. I was like, you're supposed to like open your mouth when you kiss. I had never practiced. I'd never cared. So I just like he like opened. Oh my god, this is way too much detail. He like opened his mouth, but I didn't open mine. So it was just like, and then he like walked me up to my dorm room, and I was like, oh, like I had a good time tonight, and he was like, I had a good time too, and he was like, well, actually, it's important to note when we were in his car, and he kissed me for the first time, and he pulled back, and he like looked in my eyes, and I was like, I didn't know what to do, and so I looked at him, and I was like, mid, and I regret that.
That's why you know what? You and MJF are the same person.
Um, Honestly, there's a lot more parallels than anybody would like to think. I told this man after my first kiss, I pulled back and I said mid. And he laughed a little bit and he kissed me again, but I wasn't really kidding. It was not a great kiss. And that was what was funniest to me because like I've never told him that that wasn't a joke. That like I like he kissed me for the first time and I was like, is that what everybody's making a big deal about? Like that's what kissing is. Um,
I don't think I had like a kiss that really felt moderately pleasurable until college. And yeah, in high school, I feel like I did it. Like I was 15 when I had my first kiss, and part of me did it so I it would so
you get it
I
over.
wouldn't get yeah, because like everybody. I'll be honest, shit about 15, half my friends was fucking like they was outside
Mine
respectful.
too, but I just like I had the same mentality, which is why I was like when I got to college, I was like I can't leave here without having kissed anyone. And honestly, the biggest thing that I've learned since is like, oh my god, kissing is so much fun. Like it's just so much fun. It's
I don't.
not
Yeah,
when
it's
it's
nowhere near as much pressure on it as I think I put on it.
no, I think it's fun. Every country that I go to, I'm like, all right, come here. Um, and like, hey, it ends there. But it's like, what happened to casual kissing? Well, maybe the pandemic. Mono. Anyways, guys, All Elite Wrestling had a show tonight called Dynamite. Yeah, my evil exes. I got a lot of evil exes, man. But I will also publicly admit that to some of them, I am the evil ex. And that is
We're
not
so sure.
necessarily untrue.
Have I ever told the CC's Pizza story here?
You have.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh my god. We bad people.
No, I don't think so. It's so funny because one of my best friends, she's like, earlier this week, she was like, "Oh my gosh," she was talking to one of our other friends from high school, and she's like, "Yeah, we need to set Lyric up," and it's like this guy that I used to like, um, a month, like our senior year of high school. It's like, yeah, like because he's still friends with like my other friends, and we're still cool stuff. And she's like, yeah, like they're both single, and we're pretty gotten older now. Maybe we should like set Lyric up, etc. Like she should be alone, etc. I said, I'm gonna be honest with you. Um, I don't like anything that I liked 10 years ago, except for wrestling. That is the only thing that I liked a decade ago that I still, including people.
See,
Uh,
you know what? I think that that's an incredible growth mindset. I think, unfortunately, I like everything that I liked years ago.
I
I fear 23-year-old Danielle is the same person as 13-year-old Danielle.
I think. Well, the thing is, like, how do I say this? My interests are the same, but the everything else has changed in the sense of I used to feel incredible peer pressure, right?
Oh, I never felt that.
I did of just like especially when people start like pairing off and like when we started like growing up and people are dating and stuff. Like I used to feel incredible peer pressure, and so like oh my gosh, like everybody's had a boyfriend except for me, so like let me go get into this half
You've
cooked.
had one, you've had them all.
Agree. But get into this half cooked thing because a band romance that lasts 3 months, half a season,
I
or
feel like that's where I am right now, though, because all of like, I'm like, honestly, I'm so good. Like, I have a really cool job. I have really cool friends. I have cool interests and hobbies. Some that take a year off my life, but like cool interests and hobbies. Um, like I'm really good, but sometimes I just have the desire to have like a part time boyfriend. Like I want us to be loyal to each other and then you go home. I literally texted Lyric this earlier this week. I cannot fathom the idea of like living with a man. Why are you barefoot in my home? Why is your phone first connecting on speaker?
I,
No, that can never happen.
People, and
Occasionally
also
have.
too, like one of my friends was like, "Men are so fun." I said to you, I said, first of all, I don't get the fun parts that everybody else gets. Like the men talk to me to compete, to argue,
Yeah,
to like
but
they like to argue,
I
compete.
feel like a lot of times, like what I didn't realize when I was younger, because I was so singularly focused and like, and I was the same person. Like
Correct.
I was grown when I was 7. Honestly, I was the same person. And for as much as I play on the internet, like I don't play in real life. Um,
At all.
I'm a serious girl. Um, but like I definitely think like when I was younger, like I never felt any peer pressure because I was like, I don't care. Like these are just some random 13-year-old boys. Like mind you, I was a 13-year-old girl, but I was like, I don't care. Now, like I said, now that I'm older, I look at it and I'm like, it would be nice to have a boyfriend, but at the same time, it's also great that I don't. And I am realizing that a lot of times men, when they were trying to argue with me, they were really just like desperate for my attention. And honestly, it's the same thing now, like on Twitter, for both of us, whether it's a romantic like feeling behind it or not, or whether it's like it's a lot of Danny, watch me twirl. Oh well, please respond to my mentions, please. I DM you. Can you please talk to me? Oh my god. And then they just go crazy and they say the meanest thing that they can think of in hopes that maybe I'll get in my bag and say something meaner and they could go take it home with them and use it as a anyway. Um yeah. I'm realizing now that a lot of men, like, I don't know if it's like
I think
a
here's the thing though.
humiliation thing.
The peer pressure mostly from women. I think that's where I feel peer pressure from, of just like not like men.
Fair
I
enough.
feel more so from like women, of just like, when all your other friends are into something that you're not really into. And the thing is, you seem like the nerd because all you care about is school, and everybody else
I
is
was the nerd.
skipping class and all sorts
Oh
of
no.
like I took extra classes my senior year in hopes to be valedictorian, like to finish at number one, and I ended up finishing at number two by 0.03 points. But
I have I have some stories of academic rivalries and things that I went to the depths to do that I will never share on the internet. If I have regrets of when I was younger, it was the things that I did in the name of academic rivalry because kind of like kind of based off what happened this week, you guys can tell I'm a little bit insane. Um and I wrote about it in the little thing, but not little thing. It was a lot. It was a big thing. I wrote about it, but like when I was in middle school, I got a B on one math test, and that was the worst thing that ever happened to me at the time. Even though my granddad had just died, it's the worst, the second worst thing that ever happened to me at that time. And I went home and I had 10,000 practice problems on the website, to the point where I went in the next day and the teacher was like, "Hey, Danielle, I just want to talk to you because on the thing it says you did 10,000 math problems and that can't possibly be right." And I was like, "No, I did. I did. I was up till 3 a.m. and I was doing this because I needed to focus." And he was like, "The assignment was 5." And I was like, "I don't care. I don't get B's. That's not how I move. That's not how I operate." And so then the school they made up an award for like student perseverance, and I was so embarrassed because I thought that they were gonna, because like they were like, "Oh, she did all these math problems," and I was so embarrassed because I was like, "Oh my god, now all of my friends are going to know that I got a B." And so I was like, "Please," they like tried to do a little thing with like me and my parents, and I was like, "No, please do not tell anyone because everyone's gonna be like, Danielle got a B on her math test." Anyway, all the wrestling had a show tonight called Dynamite. It was.
I cried in the middle of the class when we got report cards I had to see. And to this day, I have friends who still remember it. And like, they'll be like, "Do you remember what lyrics said?" Oh, see? Oh, see? Oh, see? My first C, I broke down. Like, it literally destroyed my confidence in like the world. So I completely get it. Hey,
I
who doesn't get it? Of just like,
They
what?
don't, because
That's why I
I
really
like
appreciate you.
I had this is the last thing I'm gonna say. I do want to talk about the Osprey thing a little bit eventually, but I just because I have one extra thought that I forgot to put in the video. But I was gonna say when I was in 5th grade, I got a 100% on this English test, and I like that wasn't abnormal for me, but for some reason this teacher really didn't like me because she didn't like my older sister, so she didn't like me. And I remember doing this because everybody was so mad at me. I lost all my friends for weeks because she was like, Danielle, you got 100% on your math test. But and in front of the class she was like, but I think you were cheating. I think that I saw you looking over at other people's sheets. And my first reaction, instead of saying no, or instead of saying I earned that A, my first reaction was being like, there's nobody in this class that I would cheat off of. and, and everybody was like, oh my God, that's so mean. And I was like, I'm sorry. I had to do what's right for me, man. I had to stand up for me.
I gotta put me first,
You gotta put
Lucius.
me first, Lucius.
Gotta put me first. You know what?
Um,
I appreciate you though. Seriously, I think
it's good
about
to be
it.
crazy.
I think about it all the time of just like, especially now, I feel like I'm struggling with this, of finding other people who are just as, no offense, but as strange and neurodivergent as I am. And Danny, you're a real freak. And I didn't realize how refreshing it was to be around people like that again. Of just like,
Yeah.
I realized too, of just like after college, once you kind of like die down from the adrenaline of student leader rivalries and protests, it's like adrenaline, right? It's like adrenaline, like you're constantly doing stuff, like it's like you're living in chaos nonstop, right? So your mindset is always on do this, and you have rivals. Some of them are faculty, some of them are other students, some of them are staff members, and you literally have to be so clever every single day. You feel like you're Olivia Pope, and then you go back to your normal life after
But
you graduate. And
my first 9 to 5 after I graduated, I had the best boss in the world. He was like, "Do you realize how insane that was?" He was like, "That's not normal. None of this is normal." And yeah, no, I had. This is honestly, and this is a good segue actually, because like I want to talk about the Osprey thing. I do think that that's in part why I did it, because I was like, wow, my job. I love my job. It's great. It's different. It's unique. It's great. And I was still like, damn, I need some chaos. I need something to work on. I need something to like really lock in for outside of my 9 to 5. Um, which I won't bore you guys with the details, but Friday was Osprey Day. I released all of my, oh my God, all my spreadsheets, all my details, all of my notes, a little video. Not little, because it was a pretty big undertaking.
that's right.
But yeah, I want to say everybody, thanks for watching. Thanks for all of your kind words. Thanks for the money. People that sent me money. Thanks for that. Yeah, like not a little amount. So guys, thanks for that. What I will say is if you watch the Dynamite Diaries, you are legally obligated. Every single person watching right now, you are legally obligated to go at least watch that video and leave a comment. Legally obligated, or the FBI will be at your door. Um, yeah, and quickly, there's so much to talk about, but quickly, I want to say, right, I did that for free for my own website off the media credentials I got one time. This is a PSA, all right? There are a lot of people who do not put this much time, effort, energy, care, dedication into the work that they get paid to do in wrestling. All right? There are people who, honest to God, like, I'm looking at it now, and I'm not saying that it's like my fucking 16 chapel. I'm kidding. I'm not saying that it's like something like that.
I
I
think
am
it is.
saying I am saying like there are people genuinely twice my age who have never done anything like that before in their lives, who are credentialed at every event, who are front and center asking really dumb questions, who are not questioned as to whether or not they belong in certain spaces. So I just want to make everything abundantly clear, right? I'm on your ass. I am not a journalist. I'm not pretending to be a journalist. But you know what's funny? Neither are you. Okay? So if the playing field is truly level, I want everybody to know that I'm crazier than you. I will work harder than you. I will put more into it than you. And oh, Danielle, it's not a competition. In my brain, absolutely everything is. And the reason that I'm saying it like this is because I think everybody and their mama needs to hold the people that cover wrestling to a higher standard. Like, I could have taken that and I could have written a little article and we could have kickstarted all this, and that would have had some eyes on BG Dub. And I didn't, because I didn't do it for likes or views or clicks or whatever, mainly because I don't have to worry about making money off of it. So I understand part of it's that too. You got to do some headline hunting. But like, you could get in the lab a little bit. You very much could. And you kind of need to. So yeah. I did want to talk my shit just a little bit because am I saying it's perfect? No. Am I saying that I worked
Yes.
really, really hard on it? Absolutely. Um, it was a year off my fucking life. So I don't want to hear no bullshit from I was gonna name drop. I don't want to hear no bullshit from some random ass man who's never worked a day in his life to the same degree that I have in my very young career. And this isn't my career. This is my very young hobby. All right.
This is
I
her.
don't know.
This
I
is
don't
her.
know. I don't know everything. I do know a little bit. Keep it cute. Anyways,
This is her
all the
side career.
huh?
This is your side career.
This is my side gig, and
This
it's
is
not even that.
your Spider-Man gig.
It's my Spider-Man gig, guys. I have something to tell you. But yeah, just because I do a little key, just because I have fun on the internet, just because I play around about a Rob list, I want you to know Danny on Black Girl Wrestling is fun and upbeat and everything super silly.
And really,
Danielle's insane.
and really smart.
You know what? Yeah, and really smart.
Smart. Yeah.
Um. Anyways, guys, All Elite Wrestling had a show tonight called Dynamite. It was the 6-year anniversary.
Listen, I'm not
Wow.
gonna y'all.
First day of kindergarten.
Since All Out, man, I'm waving that flag. I don't know what. I've never seen this company look this good and during NFL season. Tony, I don't know what's going on back there, buddy, but wow. They said you get new women's world champion, you get Hangman as world champion, you get women's tag titles, you get blood and guts. We're gonna give you a DC comic book. I'm actually super excited about that, by the way. And DC is sponsoring Full Gear. Y'all make me want to go to Full Gear.
Oh my god, guys! Do you guys think that David Cornsweet will be there?
Can you imagine?
Yes. Yes, I can.
This is what I talk about at AEW. Fight back. Use the money. You have the money. Use it.
Exactly. Stop acting broke.
Stop
I'm ready
it.
for. Stop acting broke. I know you're not broke.
Full Gear is in Newark, New Jersey this year.
I'm not going to New Jersey. I can't do it. I'm not doing it.
Wow. We kicked off with my glorious EVPs, well, former EVPs.
Yeah. The broke bucks.
Terrible with money.
Aren't we all?
Nick Jackson fumbled again.
Happened.
Broke Bucks are once more. Then we had Josh Alexander come out. Then we had Brodita come out. Then we had the god of professional wrestling, Kenny Bob.
My God.
Omega. Let me tell you something. I had to rewind the entrance back. I want people to know that very similar to when Riho comes around, this isn't a joke we say on the internet for funsies. It's not a gimmick. You know, I'm dead serious when I say I had a terrible day today. I want to say that I had a terrible day. I've been having a really rough week. And I'm like, I need Dynamite to be great. When they kicked off, when I saw his face, and when I saw that amazing, beautiful pyro display. And then when his lower thirds came up and it said AEW only Grand Slam champion.
When we, to Lyric's point, when we glaze Kenny Omega, it's not a bit. It's not something that I do because this is like a sketch. This is like a segment of the show. It is because I feel so strongly about Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega can single-handedly turn my day around. Kenny Omega can single-handedly improve my week. And that's exactly what happened today. Just knowing he would be here improved my week. Um, Kenny Omega, man. And you know what else I'll say? When they did the 6 year anniversary of Dynamite, like the little video package, and it ends with who? Who?
Said goodbye, good night. I said, fuck. And I want to say something because that opening match was beautiful. And Bandito and Brody have incredible chemistry with Kenny. And honestly, if they ever won the trio belts, you wouldn't hear any argument from me.
Let me
Also,
say pause.
go ahead.
Not only would you not hear any argument, I would like to be for it.
Yeah.
I would like to make the case for it now immediately.
Bandito and Kenny doing that Macarena together. I said, Bandito, that world championship gonna be yours sooner than you think. I said, we got plans for you. He's been chosen.
Baby, that Kenny Stimmy is for you.
I
And you
said,
know what?
Kenny done wrote it on you. Kenny done
You
wrote it
know
on you.
what? And once you have the cosign from God, what bank will deny you?
Listen, I also want to be very clear. We do realize 1000% that Kenny is past his physical prime,
Yes.
that his body and health is no longer what it once was.
Yes.
But I do want to
We
make very clear
we
that
don't care.
not even that. This is not a glory run, at least
No.
not yet. He is still, this is not, oh, wow, Kenny's doing well to say that he just came back from injury or anything.
Well, for this stage in
Exactly.
his career. No.
Kenny Omega, especially the way that he was wrestling tonight, he put the whole Canusi in it. Let me tell you something. Kenny Omega is still the best fucking wrestler in the world.
And there's nothing none of y'all broke assholes can do about it. Nothing.
And
Nothing. And
any and anybody else who even has a claim of being the best wrestler in the world was personally touched and hand anointed by Kenny Omega.
and all of those who wish, want, hope to one day take that mantle are sitting there praying to God day in, day out that they somehow make it happen where they can be in the same ring as him. We've said it a million times over, and so I won't bore you with it because we had a whole long show tonight. But I have
No, no,
always told you bitches the reason that the reason that 75% of the men's roster signed with All Elite Wrestling was to maybe one day be near
no.
Kenny Omega.
Breathe his air.
Breathe his air.
To
Oh
breathe
my
his air.
god. If there was a I almost said Q like I was Canadian. If there was a line today that formed of every professional wrestler who wanted to be a part of Kenny Omega's retirement tour, it would wrap around the earth 3 times.
I'm sorry, I wanted people to look at this. Do you see Kenny Omega's? These are all the matches he's had in 2025. Some of y'all faves would die for 2 of these matches. Look at this. This is
Disgusting.
the off year. This is an off year. This is an off year. This is what he does in an off year.
You people. And you know what? A lot has happened. So let me say this. That PWI, I know. Lyric, you can go ahead and take yourself off the camera for this one because that he doesn't
I'm not on
tie.
I'm not on the men's committee.
Okay, first of all, nasty work. I understand. Kenny, Kenny was not. He was not going to be on it. I understand that. What I am saying is, I treat this on a personal. What I am saying is, if you searched the whole earth, every nook and cranny on planet goddamn Earth, and you come to the conclusion, not just you, but you and a jury of your peers come to a conclusion that the best wrestler on the planet is Cody Rhodes. Not once, but twice in a fucking row. I simply do not think that we consider wrestling the same way. That is an absolutely outlandish claim to me. And let me say, right? Because the reason I bring this up is because I'm not saying that 2024 Kenny Omega should have been, I obviously he didn't wrestle that much. There was a lot happening. He wasn't eligible.
He didn't qualify.
He wasn't eligible. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is there were times and days when that list used to mean something. And that time was when Kenny Omega was front and center, was when Cash Money Kazuchika Okada was front and center. We as a society have strayed so far from the barometer of greatness that it's important that when I talk about Kenny Omega, I want you to know that I'm using a whole different set of standards.
Ted brain rot is one hell of a drug.
And whole different set of standards.
At this time where it feels like, how do I say it?
Go ahead.
WWE is monopolizing like the media and excuse me. Anyway, monopolizing the media and just public perception from like a number. It's kind of like what's going on with rap right now. I don't want to argue about top charts. Let's argue about talent. And when it comes to talent, and when it comes to actually, let's say, ask yourself this. And because I saw somebody, I think Bria posted somebody's TikTok comments talking about Kenny can never be considered a great because he never went to WWE. Let me tell you something. If your favorite stars from WWE, could they be successful outside of the WWE system? Kenny Omega would be Kenny Omega anywhere in the world. Kenny Omega would be the top star in any promotion. Can you say that? Because here's the thing, y'all don't even bang for the wrestler. Y'all bang for the brand. There's a difference.
Exactly. Kenny Omega. I also want to say, right, really quickly, because we need to move on. My phone will die. But Mystico, we about to turn this bitch up about you.
You got robbed.
Who else was really disrespected? Zack Sabre Jr.
Zack Sabre Jr. was robbed, bro.
ZSJ, Zack Sabre shooters, we have got to get in the lab because what the
they had a 2-time IWGP heavyweight champion and the second foreigner to ever win the G1 Climax tournament under Joe Hendry. But that's also shows of just, and here's the thing, I don't know who's on the men's committee. I can't speak for that.
I'm gonna guess a whole lot of men.
And not even that. Well, maybe, yeah. There's a lot of, there's men on the women's committee too.
That's why I'm like, well, one, I think that you have a demographics issue.
I think not even just that. I think that it's really important, especially when you're making lists, and this not just PWI, this is everyone. And I say this as somebody who loves PWI, but I think it's really important of people like when you make sweeping general lists that are supposed to cover all of wrestling, that the people that exactly be aware
watch more stuff
going on, like, and I understand that everybody's not going to be like me, like to where they want to watch every single thing, but you definitely need diversity.
But I honestly think that those two things kind of go hand in hand with what the point I was trying to make about the Osprey thing, which was like, have I seen every match ever? No. Did I challenge myself with this one project to watch a whole lot of stuff? Yeah, absolutely. And I watched more, I would argue probably I watched more of that shit, not shit. I watched more of those matches than a lot of people on the PWI list did. I watched more of one person's matches than I think a lot of people on the PWI committee watched for all of these different people, because
Absolutely.
I'm not fully convinced that most, never mind. It kind of feels like, like when Oscar voters will be like, well, I didn't vote for the movie because but I didn't watch it, or well, I didn't want to give Beyonce the her 35th Grammy because she's already got so many. So, I just get back in the lab.
I agree. Like if people, and here's the thing, how do I say it? Because of how ingrained into wrestling culture WWE is, even if I don't watch WWE, there's still a basic level of awareness about what's going on in WWE at all times that I will
Yeah,
carry.
avoid it. Yeah.
Exactly. You can't say that about a lot of other promotions, and everybody else closes themselves off. I don't know, like that's why honestly though, but why I was so honored to be on the women's committee, and I'm really excited for people to see the list because I do think it's really important for, you know, people who observe, and I'm not saying that my opinion is always right, even though I do think it is.
It is.
It is, many are saying this.
Hey,
Um
I just,
at least I
when I
try,
was younger,
you know?
I used to be like, well, why would I say it if it wasn't true?
I feel like I do have biases, right? But at least I
Everyone does.
can try to watch everything to
And
develop biases.
and and oh my god, we have to move on and talk about Dynamite. But yes, I agree. And I think that at the end of the day, right, like there's a difference between like a wrestling fan and someone that maybe you just enjoy watching one company. Maybe, maybe you're just tuned in to watch one thing. That's not a crime.
No,
You can watch whatever you want to watch.
you need to be
It's
honest
just
about it.
when you're contributing to something that is making such broad, sweeping claims about the landscape of pro wrestling as a whole, you need to have seen some other stuff.
Correct. Well said.
Anyway,
But yes, Kenny Omega, you looked delightful.
we
You
love
looked
you. We love you. We love you.
amazing. And
Doing
then the Bucks was trying to kill Kenny,
it.
and
What
then
else is new?
Jurassic Express came out. Our close personal friend Jack Perry, friend of the girlies, many are saying this. Um, Jack, you are exactly where you're supposed to be, my friend. You are
Oh,
exactly where you're supposed to be. You and your dinosaur. Y'all are exactly where you're supposed to be.
and that's what we want to see. And you know what? I feel like it's finally clicking to you. Tumblr.com is a very powerful place.
Is there an AEW wrestler today that is popular that doesn't have a substantial following on Tumblr?
No.
No. AEW specifically. I can't speak for WWE, even though I know for a fact that the Shield was built and bred on Tumblr. I'll tell you that.
Tumblr girls, babe. Tumblr
But
girls.
who are the top? Let's say the Elite, of course. Kenny, Bucks, Hangman,
Hangman.
Bushi, of course. We got to throw him in there. Who else?
Swerve
Osprey,
and Hangman.
Swerve, um, Kyle. Kyle's up there
Al
now.
Fletcher, yeah, and he want to be on there bad. If we were to talk about like Jack Perry came out and said it, but if you were to talk about somebody else who like really, really wants to be in with the Tumblr girls, it's Kyle Fletcher.
MJF also has a really big following on Tumblr.
Really?
He does, yeah.
We must be on different sides of
Bro,
Tumblr.
MJF has he has his fans. Like they really do. Like that's the thing. MJF fans are also like in a state of delusion to where like when he does good universally,
God.
like they're over the moon, right?
Yeah.
But when he does bad, they're like, y'all don't understand him. Like you don't understand him, you know. Now we'll say Yuta has a following.
Yeah.
DG has a following. Jet Speed shot to the top. I will say
Yeah.
he quickly quickly.
People already had a following before
People,
AEW. I will
but
say.
man, Jet Speed as a whole, they've become the people's. They've become the people's tag team. Who else has a Tony? Tony has a huge.
Oh yeah, of course.
Tony,
Mina,
Chris
Stack.
Apollo, specifically. I will say Mercedes has a following on Tumblr, but it's not
Not
as
the same.
it's more so it's kind of like how people treat Beyonce. It's just kind of like she's revered.
Yes, but
It's being revered.
when honestly, when we say like quote unquote Tumblr or quote unquote archive of our own, and these people have a big following on there, it's because they want you to kiss. That's what that means, okay? Like, like yes, Jack Perry has a big following on Tumblr. You know what that means? People want to see him smooch.
Yeah,
The girls want to see him smooch.
many
Now,
are
whether or not that's fair and whether or not that takes away from the art itself is a whole nother conversation. But that's the reality. That's what's happening on
honestly,
Tumblr.com.
if you saw that Jack Perry Graham Garcia
He loves.
feud, he wants to get right into it.
He want to get right into it.
He
And
played. They used to dance with me too. Oh, I said
when
what?
when DG told Shibata, like, "Hey man, I know you got that massive." You knew what you were doing. You knew what you were doing.
Somebody said, "What is the Triangle of Madness Tumblr presence?" I don't know, but
Sky Blue is big on Tumblr. Sky Blue is big on
Julia
Tumblr.
too, though. So I wouldn't. It
I
wouldn't
haven't
show.
seen as much Julia stuff. I know Sky is huge on Tumblr. I
Nah,
haven't seen anything of
Tumblr,
Thekla.
Tumblr loves a good spooky bitch. So they always loved Julia. Like I haven't checked, but I can see Decla's probably up there. They really like good.
I haven't looked. So we should do like a Tumblr report one of these days where we explain to male wrestling fans or folks who aren't on Tumblr what's actually going on down there.
You know what? On a serious note, I've always wanted to do like a real scientific study about the correlation between like art sales, ratings, all sorts of like hard metrics with popularity on fan communities such as Tumblr, Archive of Our Own. Because I think that you would be able to find a direct correlation.
Huge correlation. You know what? I actually think that's really interesting too. I'm actually not in the market for more research projects at the moment, but maybe I'll come back to that. Yes, somebody said AEW Tumblr ship tier ranking. That sounds more what I'm looking for right now.
You know what that just reminded me of? You know who else is really popular on Tumblr? Orange Cassidy.
Yeah.
Orange Cassidy, big one.
Best friends.
Yeah.
Huge.
Many are saying this. Who else? Eddie and Mox.
Mox, I feel like, is more like Mox has a huge Tumblr following depending on who he's paired with, like not necessarily by himself. Versus like
that is fair. Between Blackpool Combat Club and the people who have never let Dean Ambrose go,
yeah.
Mox will remain alive on there forever. Hook too, and I don't understand why people are still like invested in Hook. You know somebody who like had like grand opening, grand closing, who like lost their following so quickly. Wardlow.
I'll pause you there. Never saw that.
Nah, hoes used to love Wardlow.
Never
like
saw that.
2022, 2021, 2022, Wardlow, the girls were on it. Like, yeah, when he cut that ponytail, he lost his power. Like Samson in the Bible.
Well, we saw what it did for him.
You know, that's literally exactly these comments. These comments are crazy. Oh wow. They're also correct. But the comments are still crazy. How many are saying this?
What were we saying? Oh, Andrade came back tonight.
Y'all, let me
You
tell you
go
something.
first. You go first. Funniest man alive.
Andrade, out of all the people who try to play both sides on like the AEW WWE war, I think that you're the only person who does it right. You don't give a fuck about none of these people. You gonna keep your face good.
I'm the look. I'm
You
the
good.
boy.
You good on every MLK Boulevard. I listen, buddy. I've never seen anything like you. He said, but you know what? I do believe. I don't believe that Andrade ever really wanted to leave AEW, but I think that that woman said, "Hey, you need to go out this mountain to save our marriage." Now, what you did after that,
See, that's why I cannot like. Well, I don't know. I have some controversial opinions about this, but what else is new? I like hmm twofold. One, Andrade being back, I would be pretending to say that I cared beyond tonight. Tonight it was like, oh my god, this is, I wasn't expecting you. Okay, that got a reaction out of me. Do I actually think that I care? No, because in your later stages of AEW, did I care? No. When you went to WWE, did I care? No. So you're gonna have to show me something again. I know you got it, but you are gonna have to show me something again. And my two thing is my second thing, not my two thing. Um, I gotta be so astronomically honest with y'all right now, right? Like Kenny Omega, greatest of all time, my goat, my goat, my goat. We know everybody is operating on a limited clock, right? Kenny, I have so many matches for you in my head already planned out. Andrade is not on that list. And that is no tea, no shade, no disrespect to him. It's just like, Kenny, we cannot be playing around with some of these people who maybe might have it if you give them the rub to get an AEW. And let me be clear, I think Andrade is a very fun wrestler to watch. I don't understand why they had him wrestling Mello 7 times, enough for them to get common law married when he was in WWE.
oh, why?
I do
Thank you.
think I do.
Married.
They saw each other so much that had the state recognize them, it would have made sense. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. Andrade, uh, welcome is such a funny thing to say. Like, but I do think it's very funny that we do have the
Stop
first
being Omega, bitch.
successful.
Welcome home.
We do have the very first successful departure and return.
A trendsetter. A
And
good
I thought it was gonna be Cody. That's my controversial take. I think Cody's gonna do it because I think when Cody Rhodes hangs it up, he's gonna want his flowers and his respect from everybody in the
He's gonna
world.
want an AEW World Championship at
He's
least.
going to want everybody in the world to say Cody Rhodes is the best. None of this would be here without Cody Rhodes, or whatever. So he's gonna go everywhere in the world to get that respect at
You
the
know,
end of
I
the day.
said it before. I think I told people, I said, don't get too confident, y'all, about Jericho going back to WWE. He is gonna come back. That nigga's gonna come back. I don't know why everybody's like, oh yeah, he's going for good. He won't be going forever. He won't. Y'all know how he get down. I don't even know why y'all even play them type of games. He's gonna come back. He's gonna come back.
Change the locks.
The door is closed.
Closed.
But no, how I feel about Andrade is that right when I warmed up to Andrade for real was he did the Continental Classic and then he left.
And then he left.
And so I believe you're a real hooper. Andrade, can I call you Manny? Because I feel like I know you. Truly.
I
Like
feel like a lot of girls know you.
I feel so close to you. Truly. Because you are so interesting. I think you are so interesting. And the reason is WWE knew you had a trick up your sleeve because the nasty PR that they put out as soon as you left, I said, "Oh, this is borderline racism," but that's neither here nor there. they knew you had a trick up your sleeve, buddy. They said, oh, and
Also,
they saw what the CMLL relationship done turned into since you've been gone. They gonna slot you right in there in Arena Mexico, right next to Bandito. It's go El Sombra.
and you know what? I want to say, right. Oh, you know what? Actually, let's talk about that. I want to make it so abundantly clear to Warner Brothers Discovery, to All Elite Wrestling, to TBS. We not joining ICE. We not joining ICE. Who are you talking to? We
I'll
are
serve.
not joining ICE. Do not ever put that bullshit on my screen ever again. I was literally appalled, and it aired so many times.
Nah,
And I
Hangman did
understand,
what?
huh?
Hangman did what?
What do you do? Wait, guys.
Hangman. And man, I'm gonna have to get on Blue Sky.
Oh, that's my fucking guys. I try so hard to be normal about that damn cowboy. You know what? I was gonna say before we got interrupted by me and my thoughts and fucking ice. I was going to say, Andrade, I would love to pick your brain. I think that you should come on Black Girl Wrestling. We could do it in English, we could do it in Spanish, we could do it. Let's pick another language and neither one of us understands. But I think it would be an incredibly interesting conversation. But you know who else I think would be an incredibly interesting conversation? Hangman Adam Page, your wife. I need her game card immediately. She needs to come on Black Girl Wrestling. Hangman's cool or whatever, but teach us your ways. Oh my god, the dating pool has pee in it. How did you find this one?
He said, "Fuck Aaron Ice commercials during Dynamite." Man,
World champion of the fucking world. And I tweeted this earlier this week, but like, the world needs a babyface men's world champion so bad right now. A babyface woke liberal world champion so bad right now. Like, we cannot, like,
Hangman's a liberal. I think he's a leftist, like a full-on leftist.
You know what? I
God.
always get scared giving that term to white men because like you just don't know. But yes, you guys know how much like Joy is back, Whimsy is back, Hope is back. He means so much to me. Oh,
He is right. Fuck Ice. Did want to emphasize that. Fuck Ice. I watched the fight stream, so I never even see commercials. So I didn't know this until like
a million times over. Not like once or twice, like literally every commercial break. It was like, you live in America. Do you want to you need to deport illegals? First of all, I can't say what I want to say. But I already know if there's a government watch list that applies to 23-year-old girls who have never really done anything. I was so scared when I went out of the country. I was like, they're not going to let me back in. They're going to search my Twitter, and they're going to pull that shit up at TSA, and I'm done for. But anyway, yeah, no, we're not joining ICE. What the happy Hispanic Heritage Month, by the way.
I'll serve redacted before I serve this country.
We've already said crack on this stream. We were talking about Nikki, so we had to.
We did say crack. We did say it already. Well, there it is. Boop, there it is.
What else happened?
But yeah, Andrade. What a guy. I will say, you know what I like about you? You keep the people on their toes. Everybody in wrestling
gets too comfortable. Yeah.
I love how everybody in wrestling likes to act all fake deep, right? Like, oh, what am I going to do when my contract expires? Ooh, what's next? They try to act all fake mysterious. You don't do none of that. You go ahead and give the
because
people.
He don't know.
No.
he not playing games, y'all. He talking about where will I go next? He asking you.
I remember when we found out about the divorce. We said, bro, what did he do now? Then that man posted a son that we never saw. Everybody said, what? Oh,
hiding a son. Let that boy come out.
I said, man, listen. Then he gonna tell Charlotte happy birthday. I said, you toxic. I said, oh, you don't care. That's why I feel like I know him. I just feel like I know him. Uh, Wow, he's crazy. What was after that? Let that boy come on was after. What was after?
I don't know. It was a long
Oh,
show.
it was the video. That was a beautiful 6 show,
Great.
my gosh. Really great. Um, sorry, I'm going to trying to find. Oh, there was a quick Eddie promo, I think. No, that wasn't.
That
Yeah,
was later, but I think, but
that was
it
later.
was cool.
My
It
list
was
is.
quick. Sammy Guevara, get off my goddamn screen.
I said, what is happening?
You know what it is? Well, mm, not today.
Oh,
I'm choosing my battles.
then Andrade joins the Don Callis family.
Yeah.
Don Callis.
Everybody joined the Don Callis family.
Don Callis. You have to have a salary cap. This is crazy. This
What is
man.
the trade? Because
How many of them are there?
I don't even know. At some point, we do have to make cuts. Because I have something controversial to say. Again, what else is new? I thought Josh Alexander was a little bit clunkier than usual in that opening match, and a match that I think flowed very well when he was not a part of it.
Wow.
And that's not a general statement about him as a wrestler. That's how I felt about tonight. But yeah, I think he stood out, but not in a positive way.
Jalen said Don Callis family is 19 kids and counting.
Oh my god, he got rent to pay.
Um, next we had Orange Cassidy versus Kyle Fletcher. Really good match. Kyle Fletcher, thank you for the money that you've made me. You've made me a millionaire.
Because
And we're
baby, these stocks are prime real estate. I Kyle Fletcher, I always believed in you. I was a Fletchlight from the beginning. Um, this match with OC was very good. I have been critical of Orange Cassidy in the past. Not even critical of him, but critical of his booking in the past. I really enjoyed this match, and I really enjoyed last week. Um, yeah, I'm excited to see what's next for him. Um, Evil hologram, the clone thing. Yeah, I'm not into that.
I'm so into it. I think it's
I'm
so.
I'm not into that. I think it is incredibly corny and poorly executed tonight.
Well,
Um,
clones are a typical trope in lucha libre. I think it's really cool.
yes, I understand that. What I'm saying is that I think tonight the whole thing was odd.
I
It
do
seems
think
like they didn't really know, and maybe I honestly I felt this way about a lot of the production tonight, but I also like it was kind of endearing because it felt like old school AEW, like, oh, they don't know what they're doing. Maybe for the 6 year anniversary they just forgot how to do stuff, because like it was just odd. It was a lot of posing for a long time, and then the Don Callis family came out and it was a lot of posing for a long time, and I was just I didn't like it. The music was odd. It made it seem like someone else was gonna come out there. I don't know. Maybe I'm judgy. Well, I am judgy.
I
I wasn't into it.
I do think that it's very clear that the original plan was supposed to have hologram there too. And so without hologram, and now you have a clone of hologram, but no hologram. It's
It's
kind of,
odd.
but I will say, when
Unless he is the clone.
told the rest of the Don Callis family to come out there, it was like in game. And they kept coming.
I think they still coming.
I said, how
Niggas in the
many of
parking
you,
lot that ain't hear the word yet.
how many of you niggas are back there? And you got to think about how many people. aren't there right now. They still mention Trent, Mark Davis, Brian Cage was with them. Um, Wardlow. This isn't even everybody.
There's too many damn people.
They need a salary cap. Um, next
Roster cuts.
we had the Mercedes segment. She sounds super super relaxed, super relaxed. Um, I was really pleased with this. I'm glad that Mercedes is going to be in the tag Friday tournament. Um, and her teaming up with Harley means that Stat can team up with Willow. Thank you. Um, next we had the Kenny, not Kenny, sorry. It was Hangman, Samoa Joe, and Hobbs versus the Death Riders.
In a great match.
Fantastic.
This match was everything you hoped it would be. I thought that ironically the strongest person in this match was Hobbs. Um, he was a superstar in this one. Um, okay, another controversial take. Let me say this first. Am I over the moon excited to see Samoa Joe versus Hangman at Wrestle Dream? Yes. Do I think the match will be absolutely fantastic? Yes. Do I love having an edgier Samoa Joe back who's ready to talk his shit? Absolutely. And I also love the idea that Hangman, who thinks he's doing everything right, he's like, no, why is everybody mad at me now? I love that dynamic. What I will say is like I do feel like this was a little bit rushed. Like, what do you mean that all of a sudden you're mad tonight and all of a sudden you're attacking each other tonight? And also, we need to have this match at Wrestle Dream tonight. So I feel like it moved very quickly.
It did move very quickly.
And I don't love that as like a precedent because I do think this is the kind of stuff that people are talking about when they're like, "Oh, AEW doesn't tell stories." That wasn't. There's not much there. For a few that still has a few weeks to build.
But there's a backstory there, though.
There is a backstory there, but you rushed to tell me all of that tonight. We
Yeah.
could have explored this backstory and then made this match official next week, or like I don't know. I just felt like we rushed to get there for somewhere that I'm very excited to go, but like, damn, damn,
They
you
said
put on the gas.
we getting asses in seats for
They,
wrestling.
hey, one thing about they was booking Wrestle Dynasty tonight. They
Bro,
said everybody named Mama official.
they
I
said
said, is the show on Saturday? What the fuck?
y'all coming to this damn pay-per-view. And hey man, I'm sorry, big brother general. Tony, you going crazy in the booth. I said,
Get a
whoa.
snowman.
I'm scared of you. Scared of you. But also Red Death Rider Daniel Garcia. Come get your baddie chain.
And
Come
then
get your baddie chain. Come get your baddie
I can
chain.
hand deliver it.
I know some people didn't know how to feel about the Death Rider stuff. Fuck that. Bucko, this is good. You're doing good. This is great.
But I think that the key to the Death Rider stuff now though is what we were saying. Because we're not gonna sit here and gaslight ourselves and say it was never bad. It was bad.
Oh, it was terrible. It had
But
me
but our
questioning
biggest
like
thing
wrestling.
towards the end of Mox's title reign when he had stepped it up was like it felt like he was dragging the rest of the Death Riders with him. They weren't scary. He was scary and they were just there, you know. I think that they have recovered from that, and now everybody and bringing DG in too, like now everybody has that
Pulling
edge
their
back. Everybody seems dangerous and you don't want to fuck with them as a group. And Pack, my demon, you're coming with me. I think that he adds so much of that intensity. It's kind of ridiculous. He ain't even do nothing, and
I
like
don't know how to say this though. Pack, take your clothes off. Respectfully.
Well, they
Not
are
in
saying this too.
not in like not in like a Kinktober way, but like a we don't know how to look at you with clothes on type
I
way.
see. I was the only person like I was fine with it. Like I feel like honestly he's a little bit scarier fully clothed. He's a
Yeah,
little bit
yo,
scarier like
I'm
this
not
because
sure if
like
he's not, but I don't think scary is the right word. I think jarring like it's jarring. Like it's literally jarring. Like I didn't know you wore clothes.
see
Why
but that
were you
that's
dry?
what I like this version of Pac who's wearing all the clothes because this guy will beat your ass. The other guy is like that's a very real fear you could have. Like you could be walking down the street and Pac in clothes could beat your ass up. That could happen. You need to be aware. Like Pac with without clothes and wet and long hair, like you should be scared of him, but like you'll only see him in a controlled setting. You know? Like you won't see one of those in the wild. This guy like could beat your ass on the side of the road.
Yeah,
I
man.
like it. I'm into it.
Everybody looked really good. I really love this match. Two really strong trios matches on this card. Um, Next, obviously, Hangman versus Joe at Wrestle Dream. I will be seated. Um, Also,
But
I
yeah.
just would like to thank AEW for making Samoa Joe a world champion because I can't believe that the rest of y'all fumbled him the way that y'all did. But not here. Here, Samoa Joe is the legend that he was born to be. Um, I digress. Next, we had the Willow and Jet Speed segment, the greatest babyface team of all time.
True.
Kevin Knight will face either hair or bald this
It
weekend.
better not fucking be bald.
It's almost definitely going to be bald. Even though, listen, the way that Cash Wheeler been wrestling this year, I would like to
That's
see.
what I'm
I want to see
saying.
y'all jump. I want to
That's
see.
what I'm saying. Bring hair out here. Tell them leave the weapons at home. Bring hair out here, and we want to see it. Ring the bell. If it's that bald one, y'all can keep it.
Bring your baddest bitch out.
Bring your
Bring your
baddest bitch
baddest bitch out.
out. Oh, brother, not this guy.
Next, we had the return of Tony Storm versus Ty Mello. Um, Decent. Um, the real money here was always going to be when Tony put that microphone in her hand. I would also
And if you were wanting Tony Storm, you need to immediately find the exit. Immediately find the exit.
you're not welcome here. This is not your FC.
No.
This is not your FC. And I will say, I feel like AEW fans are doing kind of good right now. Danny has said this in the past before. It's always funny that when AEW is doing well, we turn into we. And when we don't like it, it's them.
They,
They,
them over there, those
they,
people,
you people.
they're kind.
Um, right now we are weeing, we. But anything is liable to change. Card subject to change. At any time. I will say though, with Hangman saying "fuck ice," it's gonna be really hard to turn us away right now.
Tune
Um,
in, baby.
but yes, I feel like we're doing really well right now, guys. Let's not go backwards. People who aren't don't see the vision, y'all can't come. You will not say what to Big Thomas. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? Tony Storm.
Especially when she's just lost her world title. Like you, if there's ever a time you wanted to hear what she had to say,
Absolutely. I
like
think that's exactly how I felt like on her card that was stacked. I was so excited, like for
I
so
was
many
looking
wrestlers
forward to this.
tonight. Yeah, like
This is a highlight. She is a highlight.
this is a card with Kenny Omega on it, and I may have been looking forward to what Tony was going to say just as much.
Hey, why compare two bad bitches? You know,
No, I'm just saying, like, I'm just that's how highly I think of Tony.
I needed to hear what she had to say in Hollywood, Florida, but in Hollywood.
Exactly. But anyway, I think Tony's this character. I knew she was going to kill it. She's lost her confidence. She's gonna put over Stat the right way. I can already see that.
Another match made official tonight because they wanted y'all to know.
Buy the fucking pay-per-view. That's
Buy
what they
that fucking pay-per-view.
I feel like they snatched me by my shirt and said buy the fucking pay-per-view.
Sure did.
Next, we had Eddie Kingston. His a short segment. He's gonna be wrestling Jalisco, but Sammy did the talking for Jalisco. He said, "Yeah, Sammy, shut up. Nobody cares." I said, "Oh, we need you. We miss you."
And he said, "Now, Jalisco, I'm gonna tell you right now, don't let that man keep talking for you, cause he go get your ass whooped."
We miss you, biggest bros. Next, we did. We saw Samoa Joe talk backstage. He basically told Hangman he'd kill him. That rules. Many are saying this. Next, we had.
Sorry, I had to put a sheet on my bed.
Oh, fun. But I said next we had Samoa Joe basically said he'll kill Hangman. That was so beast. He's still scary. Like Samoa Joe was scary when I was a kid.
Yep.
He's scary when I was a teenager. And he's still scary with me as a grown adult. I've been watching wrestling almost 20 years, and he's one of the most consistent workers I've ever seen. Like, just absolutely consistent. He's the guy, man. Love Samoa Joe. One of the greatest to ever do it. Next, we had the Swirl versus Gates of Agony.
I'm
Really,
not calling that damn team the Swirl.
anyway, great tag match.
Stop trying to make fetch happen.
Big Shotty, I have plans that I cannot share with you right now because the haters will try to sabotage me. I have plans that I cannot share with you right now because the haters will try to sabotage me. I have plans that I cannot share with you right now because the haters will try to sabotage me. But I think that you have a lot of potential in my FC.
We're starting a wrestling company.
Yes. Gates of Agony, though, I'm not calling you the man. You have become a very, very great tag team. I've become very fond of you. I think that you picking up wins is great, and I can't wait to see you be a dominant heel threat. Next, the Hurt Syndicate came out. Listen, I guess the Hurt Syndicate, they put them boots on. They working.
Uh-huh.
MVP was floating on the mic.
Floating. Dominic is crazy.
I'm talking about, I said, this is nasty. Y'all want to talk about Paul Heyman, these type of people? Boo. Real talk. He said I said street fight. Whoa. He started shouting out. He said, tell them what's my name, y'all. And this crowd had been ass all night. They said MVP. Rah. And he said, yeah. So he said, don't make me call Bandito. I posted the Portia clip. Don't make me call Portia. So don't make me call Bandito because we saw what happened to you the last time. I said, oh. Talk soon.
I thought a broke nigga said something.
Next, one of my personal favorite 30 seconds of the show, the backstage segment between Okada and Takeshita.
Oh my god.
Takeshita, your babyface turn will feed millions.
And I'm gonna be the first one with a plate.
When Takeshita stood up on his tippy toes to try to get over the hook up, I said, oh my god, he's so cute.
The squeal that left my body. Because
he said, no, I can't team up with him. You want me to talk to him?
And Okada said, I team up with you.
He looked just like Takeshita. He looked exactly like Takeshi Masada at that point. Like, he looked so young at that point. Like, I said, oh my god. And it's so funny if you saw the clip of the documentary that's coming out about him heading to and you can see
he's so bad. Oh, he's a baby.
Oh my god. Also, Takeshi and Okada versus Bandito.
I sent a crazy text to Lyric. I want you guys to know because since I deleted Twitter, which I'll inevitably be back, like I can't resist it. Since I deleted Twitter, all of my friends have been on the receiving ends of the different things I feel the need to tweet typically. So yeah, Lyric gets the wrestling ones. My other friends get the more random ones, but that
Danny, I posted a screenshot of the what was it? What did you say to me the other night?
there's a lot of stuff it could have been.
None of the super crazy. What was the one that I screenshotted y'all? It was about when you did an impression. Was it an impression from which impression was it?
I don't know. I do a lot.
Hold on, don't worry about it. I, I screenshotted. I said, "Never a dull day with Danny."
Oh,
It was
derogatory.
your impression of Mort from the Penguins of Madagascar.
Oh,
You said when he says King Julian get by a train. I didn't like record it. I just obviously it translates a little bit of it. So like they say the first three lines,
oh.
but I forgot to save it. People were like, "Blair, can you please play it?" I said, "Oh man, I forgot to save it, guys." They said, "What did she do now?"
Oh God.
Um, I digress.
I like being odd. You know what? They call me Andrade. Who knows?
Listen, y'all. I think, man,
Every day is different.
shout out to just shout out to Okada and Takeshita. I will say, they don't even need much time to get me like so locked in. And I will still take that as one of the major takeaways of the episode. They only need like 45 seconds together, and I'm gonna be like, that's the only thing that happened on Dynamite.
That is the biggest thing that happened on Dynamite to me. I know there were other massive developments, but that, oh my God, guys, you don't understand. I'm gonna have to be alone with that match.
um
Me
the
and
last,
a nice bottle of wine and wine and dine myself, and then and then enjoy that match.
oh my god, Kenny tweeted. Kenny just tweeted. He said
We're just sheep.
he posted the Kenny, not the Kenny, sorry, the 50 Cent meme. He said all these post match beatdowns, dot dot dot. What you said for me for?
Man, can you imagine who has been releasing my demon or putting him on because
He said I don't even be at work enough for y'all to hate me this bad.
like come on.
I don't even be here.
I don't even be here. This obsession at this point. Y'all
Oh,
niggas
oh my god, y'all.
Onika.
Um,
That's what I'm gonna start saying instead of like obsession or like obsessed. I should be like, I don't know, she was real Onika.
Next week, we had the Chris Statlander backstage segment. She looks like a superstar. Like Chris Statlander looks like
Yeah. She was incredible tonight. And like she's always great, but tonight she
star.
had the world champion aura. She wore that belt like it was hers. Every word that she said, every move she did in that goddamn ring and outside of it, I was like, that's the world.
And I'm not gonna lie, I was a little scared. I'll be honest. I was a little scared because I said, man, last week she had a good week, but Tony wasn't here. So I'm like, when Tony comes back, is Chris still gonna feel like the champion?
Big dog.
And nah, that's Big Mama. That's Big Daddy. That's Big Daddy.
Big mama.
Big Fat Daddy.
Big mama.
I said, Chris Statlander, you right. You earned this. Like everything the light touches is y'all. I don't want
Your
no.
kingdom.
And even when she went toe to toe with Tony at the end, I said, nah, this your championship. That's right. You tell her. She gotta be yo.
It'll be interesting when they get on the mic.
Absolutely. But here's the thing though. I don't think I say this. These are two people who wrestle often. I don't think they need to do a lot. They have to do a lot.
Agreed.
They're gonna do a couple preview tags, stuff like that. But like, you don't gotta do. You don't gotta do too much talking.
Yeah. And your story's already there. It's a rematch. Yeah.
Absolutely. Amazing. Like, I mean, Stat looks amazing, and I will say, This is probably the best mixed tag team match that AEW has done. I think like they perfected the formula of
This one was very good. It
it
had me looking
closer,
around and saying, "Is Marina Shafir not a scrub?"
it
I
felt closer to intergender wrestling than mixed tag wrestling.
yeah,
The tornado step was perfect. This was just really great
this
dynamite.
was great. And I'm not like honestly, I'm not big on Marina Shafir, and I'm not huge on Wheeler Yuta. And I watched every second of this match, and I enjoyed everyone's work in this match. And I was like, "Oh, that's a new feeling." This one was great, honestly. Like what it sounded insane when it was announced, and like it was just as insane as like we thought it would be. Um, man, this one was great. This one was definitely a highlight. I think it was a great stamp on a great night that felt very AEW. Like this was a very this is not something you would ever see at on WWE TV, and like that was good. It felt very AEW. Um and then they hog tied Darby, man. They more than hog tied you. They whoop his ass.
I said though, seriously, 6 years later, AEW has a lot to be proud of when you consider that your top two world champions are the stars you built from scratch. And look how good they look tonight. Like,
And look
hang,
how over they are.
like, and like, having Kenny still operating at a very high level, having Mox still operating at a very high level, having the Young Bucks still operating at a very high level. You have OC and Pac back, which are huge, you have Jurassic Express back. You have Darby is over. Even MJF not here, like, he's somebody. Um, to say that you've built those stars, those are people who never were outside of from Mox. These were never top WWE stars, like these are all people, and that's just the people who were there from day one. Like, look at the Tonys of the world. Look at Kyle.
Yeah.
Look, Bandito, fuck, Brody King, like all these people who
Yeah.
came along the way, who have just become so integral to the company. They have a lot to be proud of. Like, that was one of the moments
Absolutely.
tonight. I was really proud, like, to see how far they've come. Like, really, and it's a ton more stuff. Next week is Title Tuesday, which is in Jacksonville. So homecoming.
I also think like I did not realize it was on a Tuesday, but
Who do you think Mercedes is wrestling?
What?
Who do you think Mercedes is wrestling?
I don't know. I don't know where anyone's from. So I feel like I want to wrestle someone from Florida.
I want to know, does she want to wrestle somebody who lives in Florida or is from Florida? Because some people are like, well, the dentist lives in Florida, but she's not from Florida.
No,
Clearly,
I don't think that counts. She said from Florida.
Yeah.
But I don't know where anybody's
It
from.
might be Diamante. Diamante is from Florida. I don't know.
I don't know. I have to do some investigating.
Like, even none of like the WWE releases are from Florida.
Oh yeah.
Because Dakota's from what, Australia or some shit?
No idea. I don't think I've ever heard her talk.
Oh. Well, aren't you fun at parties? Girl,
fuck you.
But yeah, I think it's gonna be a great next couple weeks. Wrestle Dream, I'm coming. I'll be watching.
You're what?
Wait, CMLL announcement about Persephone. What they said?
Don't tell me she's injured.
I don't think so.
You guys can't just say stuff like that, not tell us the news.
No, Mercedes versus Persephone for the CMLL Women's World Title announced for Arena Mexico on October 17th, the day before.
I know that's right.
The day before Wrestle Dream. Bad bitch grabs. That's what I'm talking about.
Yup. I love Persephone. I always have.
Real getting to the money grabs, man.
Hey, she putting in that work. She putting in that work.
Also, my beloved, glorious Sun God. Sorry, was that Ring of Honor tapings wrestling against um Billy Starks and Diamante, which y'all already know what that means.
JT coming. JT.
Let me tell you something. Sorry versus Athena is a match that I've been wanting for a long time, and I'm sure that both women have been wanting longer. If this happens, I want you to know, think of your match of the year. Put it down.
Double it.
Think of your match of the year. You won't need it anymore.
Oh my god.
Baddest heifers on
On
the
the
floor.
floor.
Um, Tessa Blanchard is also back in CMLL. Not on my watch. You want to know what I have? Y'all want to know what I have? You want to know what I have? I'm gonna show you what I have. Show you what I have. You know what that means? This is a remote. You know what this bitch do? If I click this
She will
button,
not be on my screen, not even for a second.
you fast forward down.
Not even for a second. Actually, you know what? Tessa Blanchard, come on, Black Girl Wrestling. Um, I, I think that if she, this is not a serious invitation because I would never allow that. But I do think that if she, um, were serious or ever wanted to make a bet, I think I'm the first stop. I think you got to get through me, brother. I'm like the bridge troll. You don't know my fucking riddles. Um, yeah,
Hey man,
man.
listen. Hey, if people really want to take the heat, I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, that's what I. We should. That should be my new thing. Disgraced wrestlers should have to start their apology tours on Black Girl Wrestling because the questions you get from me will be more brutal than anything that you will face
And a wrestling, I'll tell you
in a
that.
wrestling ring.
I'll tell you that right now. I might
You'll
tell you a joke.
wrestle
Never
more than
tell
that.
you.
Promise. We not gonna jump you.
Allegedly.
Come on, stop.
Um, you
Stop
be
that.
like so Tessa. know who? He said no. I'm gonna do Tessa how
Where's he from?
Ayana did Hazel. We go walk through all them pictures. Who's that? Tessa. Read that to them. All them comments you said, the racist comments said. Read that to her. Read that to her.
Pop my butt. Pop.
Read that to her.
Oh my god.
So Tessa, why did you spit on that girl? You know what spitting meant to the ancestors? What do you think? You know what spitting meant to Sojourner Truth? You told that girl to get to the back of the bus. You know who else was at the back of the bus?
How do we always get back to that? No matter where we start, and
In the time.
it
Here's the
will
thing.
always be relevant to me.
It might seem like funny jokes, but in a time where our history is being erased.
Do you know what spitting meant to the Little Rock Nine? Oh my god.
Let me say something. At the time when our history is being erased, it might sound like we're joking, but we got to hold y'all accountable. Do you know? Know what it meant to that? Man, hose. They was getting water hoses on TV.
Guys.
You mean to tell me I'm supposed to feel bad because they chanted "You're a racist" at the TNA show?
Here's the thing. If it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's not a fucking zebra. I don't know what to tell you. Hello? We wasted my motherfucking time.
Do you have anything to plug, Daniel? Danny.
You can call me Danielle. That's my name.
I'll be forgetting that,
um,
go by Danny into like the other world.
I guess not on purpose. Um, I just don't like people at work call me Danny because like I don't know you. I don't know these people on Twitter though either. Anyway, nothing to plug except that fucking thing from Friday. Sorry, I'm gonna be annoying about it for. I think I'm allowed to be annoying about it for a full week. I think I am. It took a year to do, so I will be. Yeah. So if you haven't gone and watched the video, if you watch the video, please leave a comment because that's what means the most to me. Any comment, and if you don't watch the video, I would prefer actually you go look at what I wrote about it because the video took an hour. What I wrote and my spreadsheets that took a year. So, um, yeah, I worked really hard on it. So I will be annoying about it and a little obnoxious for a little bit. I promise it'll wear off. And we'll all move on. But yeah.
And when you see it, tag Will Osprey.
You know what? Yeah, because y'all was tagging him before it was done, and he was like, "Oh, this is so cool" before it was done, and now it's done, and y'all want to act like you don't notice, man. Get back in his mentions.
Yeah, like tag Will Osprey.
Get back in his mentions. Like, hello.
Yeah. Don't worry.
Lyric, what about you?
I don't have anything, guys.
It's on Black Girl Wrestling. BT Dubs.
Yeah, I don't have anything, guys. Not this week.
Did I ever tell you that when I was so we were talking about shackles? When I was in Greece, there was a club called Escobar where people were doing coke, and they played Shackles by Mary. Yeah, and I was like, what the?
I've never done coke, but I can only imagine what that would feel like listening to Shackles in the middle of a club in Italy. In Greece.
I want to clarify. I was not on coke.
Many are saying this.
I was not on coke. Other people were on coke, but I just remember it so vividly because the DJ had just told my friend that he didn't know No Hands, and then he played Shackles by Mary Mary, and I was like, "This nigga just lied to your face, girl." Yeah.
Hey, was they getting down?
They were, and I was like, "What the?" And he didn't even mix it. It wasn't like he was sampling it. Like he straight up played that song. I was like,
there's actually a documentary on Lifetime about the Clark sisters, and it talks about how when they came out with "You Brought the Sunshine," it started going up on like the so they were playing it in clubs, but their mama was like, "Y'all are gospel, like you're not go perform," and they kept getting all these club. Hey man, a good gospel hit, a hit is a hit. It don't
a hit is a hit. Man,
Book of Revelations, chapter 7.
What was I gonna say? If y'all are not familiar with the work of Kirk Franklin,
shall hunger no more. Because God shall wipe away everything. Boom, 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 boom. Do you want
a revolution? I said, do you want a revolution?
Against each other. So the way they do my life, the way they do my life.
If you're white.
We should have done that when MJ. Wait, no, never mind. I forgot he's Jewish. Do they have like Jewish hood jams?
I don't know. Do they have like songs? Like I know some religions just stay strictly to like the hymns.
I know they have the dreidel song. They do during Hanukkah.
Yeah, but that's like one. That's one. Like, do they have like originals or like
Actually, that while he was on part two.
You know what? That's inevitable. I feel like.
Yeah. We gotta ask more questions.
Yeah, we got more to get into.
Mm-hmm. Apparently, since this has become an educational platform, I don't think that was the original case. People do look at us for actual information on things. So we
why?
I don't know. They need better role models.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Someone left some really nice comments about us on the thing on my video though, and that means the world to me. It was very scary for someone to be like, "Oh my gosh, I think you and Lyric do a great job." I think also everybody thank Lyric for the house. But you guys do a great job, and I think that you're fun. And then one person literally, well, like I won't like, but one person literally like DM'd me and was like, "You guys, you make me feel so safe in wrestling," and I was like,
Well, you know what, the guys, this is going to sound really sappy, but Danny makes me feel really safe. So I'm really glad that that comes out to other
"Oh my
people.
god."
You
Okay, let's
know,
move on.
no, seriously. I think we need to normalize this. Like, genuinely, she's somebody that I admire. I look forward to talking to every week, like as a friend. I think we're friends, right? I haven't asked you because
Yeah.
sometimes you you joke all the time. You'd be like, I don't know you. Never heard of you. Um,
We've met.
kind of sort of. But no, seriously, Danny's a person that like I genuinely respect and like I actually talk to in real life and value their opinion. And so like it's very genuine. I feel like, especially in wrestling, I've been doing this long enough to where now like I'm not really good at faking my emotions. Like if I don't like you, I think it's very
I've never been good at it. I'm never good at holding my tongue. I'll straight up tell you I don't like you, and then I'm like, "Why did I say that? That was
and like
mean."
truly this I'm really grateful that we've been able to cultivate a space that even for me feels like Barbie land.
It
Um,
says Barbie Land.
we talk about what we want to talk about. We take our AO3 rice purity test together.
We
Um,
explain the concept of Blocktober,
you
and
know,
hey,
we met
it's
Hangman.
ours. Nobody can take it from us. It's
I was like,
ours.
we met Hangman together. Like it's just
That's like a blood bond.
something.
So guys, she's saying all this because unfortunately we have some really bad news. Um, we will be no longer creating content anymore together. You might be wondering what happened. Like, it sounded like everything was going well. And the reality of the situation is that unfortunately, Lyric has been harboring a secret from me that I just feel like I cannot um, move forward with somebody that, is not forthcoming with that kind of information. And so it's really important to me that I stick to my morals and to my values. I refuse to be directly associated with someone who participated in band. Um, so, like, I understand and I really appreciate you guys taking. I hope you'll continue to support us in our individual endeavors. Um, but yeah, for now, this is goodbye. Any last words?
One day,
Melophobia.
one day, I'm gonna get Ayana Van Zant to get on the show.
You think she does cameos?
And when she comes, she'll be coming around the
No,
mountain. No, seriously, when she comes, I want you to know you're getting your own episode.
If Ayana tried to fix my life, it would be a 30-part series. We'd go to doctor after doctor after doctor just to find a diagnosis that sticks. She'll be coming around the
Oh, Danny, I forgot to tell you I did this. We just need to get off live soon. But
yeah.
I looked up Ayana Van Zant reaction videos, and I literally was watching them for like a full hour. And I have so many of my bookmarks. I plan on introducing more of them into our lexicon.
Please do.
Very shortly. One of my favorite ones. We'll never have a real reason to use this one, but I think this
I'll find a way.
One of her funniest ones. She said, "What is it? It was you. I just think that it's so sad. She said that breaks my heart. That as women, you let a penis penetrate your friendship." Yes.
I'll find a use for it. Don't worry.
And then there's one she says, these people are arguing, right? They arguing at their family table. She says, I'm gonna clean the table off. She literally then sweeps everything off the table. Do it different.
I want her job so bad.
And then she asked this girl one time, she said, "Is that what you want? But let me tell you, you never get
You're
it.
never gonna get it.
That's how I felt about JT talking about something. If I was number one,
Let me tell you.
you'll never get it. That's a great note to end on. We've been here 2 hours. Thanks everybody for watching.
That's light work for us.
Thanks everybody for watching the Dynamite Diaries. Oh, what are we doing next? What the fuck is that outside? Anyway, we'll be doing next week because next week is Title Tuesday. So, are you free on Tuesday?
I don't know. That's the honest answer. I don't know.
Well,
I can guarantee you guys one thing. The Dynamite, like I said, Dynamite Diaries will not be back next Wednesday.
What if we still recorded on Wednesday?
Dynamite Diaries might be back on Wednesday. Maybe.
We get no Dynamite at that time. We just pop up at like 8 o'clock.
God, then I'll have to remember. Maybe I might just be free on Tuesday, but anyway,
we'll see. Well, anyway, we'll have our people call your people.
Yeah, I got our people.
You're my people.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah, I'll call y'all.
We're talking about the fans. They're the
fans. Is that what we call these people? More like the survivors. Oh my god.
That's what we call the cult now. Our cult members.
Yeah.
Shout out to my Bullet Club Gold members.
I'm that survivor. Okay, good night. Good night, folks.
Bye.
Love you, bye.